Thanks for taking the time to join me on my channel, Nigel's View on Things. How you doing? How you keeping? Hope everybody's safe and sound where you are. The sun in our sky, many people take for granted. Two things we actually do know that happens. It rises, it sets. As long as it produces light, produces heat, many of us out there don't really care. One thing we actually do know, it's a round ball in the sky. So when you're taking a picture, it should be round and nothing more, nothing less. You might actually get lens flares with this, but it's a round ball. That is very, very important. And it's also a yellow gas giant. Until recently, our scientists thought it was just gas. But don't think gas, think plasma. That's what holds the whole entire universe together. Let's listen to what Siri has to say on the subject. Hey Siri, tell us about the sun.
The sun is the star at the centre of the solar system. It is a nearly perfect sphere of hot plasma, heated to incandescence by nuclear fusion reactions in its core, radiating the energy mainly as light and infrared radiation. Want to hear more?
Yes.
It is by far the most important source of energy for life on Earth. Its diameter is about 1.39 million kilometers, or 109 times that of Earth, and its mass is about 330,000 times that of Earth. It accounts for about 99.86% of the total mass of the solar system.
Hey Siri, what is the fourth state of matter?
Plasma is one of the four fundamental states of matter, and was first described by chemist Irving Langmuir in the 1920s.
So you can believe in what Siri has to say or not, it makes no difference. Many people out there are starting to realise what we're looking at is something quite local, and I do agree with what you're saying. Our sun is still there in the sky, it's 93 million miles away, so we're told by our scientists. No sun, no life. It has far more reaching implications than just producing light and heat. It holds the whole entire solar system together. Without it, everything would just float off into space as cold balls. Maybe that wasn't PC. Anyway, it makes no difference. It's the only object I know that I can take a picture of each and every single day with the same camera, and it seems to change, and that shouldn't be possible unless it isn't what it is that we're looking at. What we're just about to see goes a long way in proving what I've said in many different videos, that object in the sky that many people call our sun, that object that's in front of our sun, is a big white LED torch. To get a better understanding of what I'm saying, let's have a look at some of your pictures, and this video, when I play it, will make a lot of sense. So enough of my whittering on, let's have a look at some proof, and the proof is in the pudding, as they say. This picture is taken through a parasol, and thanks to Rise Up with Risey, I'll leave the links to his channel in the description box down below, nice and simple for everybody to find, and everything else that I'm talking about. We're looking at a picture that's taken through a parasol of our sun, so they say. Now, if it was our sun, don't you think this object should be round and not look like a star? But it is a star-looking object. That shouldn't be possible. Here's a picture from John C. Time and date on the bottom. A very similar object to what we've seen in Risey's picture, a star in the sky, and it really shouldn't be. It should be round. Red petal effect around the outside. I've shown this to be electrical in nature in many different videos. There are many different lens flares going on here. We're looking at a light bulb one here, a yellow one here, a very, very dark blue one here, and a double hexagonal lens flare here. In today's technology, we really shouldn't get hexagonal lens flares because digital cameras have round shutters. And look at the rainbow effect around the outside. That just proves there's a lens in front of that object. And they're not chemming the sky. That's a plane cleaning its windscreen, and that's just water vapour from the jets. Honest, that's what it is. Here's a picture from David M, and yet again, a star in the sky that really should be on that tree. 3 different cameras, 3 different people, 3 different parts of the world. I can see a trend going on. What I'm looking at is 40 cameras. That's the only way to explain that object there. That lens flare, I'm sure that looks normal with a blue halo around the outside. We've got this petal effect going on in this picture. Yet again, electrical in nature. These clouds look totally normal. There's no way it's been sprayed. Spraying in the sky, Nige? Sun simulators? You're absolutely nuts. Here's a picture from Steve W. in a different part of the world taking a picture of our sun with another 40 camera and getting a star. That's not metaphorically speaking. Oh, such big words for this time of day. If only I knew what it actually meant. Just like the last 3 pictures, an impossibility. Something else that's impossible is this green lens flare. Hexagonal in nature, blue around the outside, and with today's technology really shouldn't exist. Lens flare white, blue on the outside. Around the outside of that we've got the petal effect, which proves that this object is electrical in nature. For me, if I'm looking at a video of our sun and we've got all these lens flares, and then I'm looking at a video from inside a car from a filament bulb, I wouldn't expect to see exactly the same lens flares. It's just an impossibility. It doesn't work like that unless that object up in the sky is electrical. What we've got to understand, each light source has its own fingerprint. We shouldn't see what we see in the sky on something else that's electrical. Let's have a look at the video and maybe you'll understand what I'm trying to say. For me, what we're just about to see just proves yet again in many different ways that the object that we're looking at in the sky is electrical in nature, is a big LED torch. I've been saying this so many times. We're looking at an illusionist called DK. He's from South Korea. And this is a clip from Fool Us Season 7, Episode 3. Links to this in the description box down below. I do recommend that you go over and watch this video because the illusion itself is outstanding. And you can see that he has got an LED torch in his hand. Like I said, they're hiding things with smoke and mirrors. It's just an illusion, just a deception. And there you go. So is that not what we've just seen in the last 4 pictures? You've got to ask yourself, why would that possibly be? Oh, I know it's a camera abnormality. It's a lens flare, Nige. It's a faulty torch. That's the only thing it can be. That torch actually proves that the sun simulator is there in the sky without a shadow of a doubt. You can argue all you like. A torch that looks exactly the same as the sun, and the sun that looks exactly the same as the torch. That object that we're looking at is electrical in nature, and it is LED. Our sun is still there in the sky. Like I said, the sun simulator is there for a totally different reason. Along with the chemtrails, the lens system, it's there to hide things in plain sight. They're using smoke and mirrors. Just very quickly, in conclusion, when we're talking about man-made lights, whether we're talking about incandescent lights, CFL bulbs, LED lights, halogen lights, and there are many, many more, each one has its own personality, has its own fingerprint, has its own lens flares. We shouldn't see any correlation between electrical lights that are man-made and our sun. Our sun is all spectrums of light. It produces its own lens flares. But we are getting to see a correlation between man-made lights and our sun, which I find extremely hard to believe, unless... But that wouldn't be possible now, would it? If we're actually observant and we look through videos, look through pictures, we'll get to see this effect time and time again. UFO Mania, the truth is out there. Links down below. Underground cities and tunnels around the world. 2 minutes and 13 seconds, and we get this object here. Of course, what we're looking at is a camera abnormality, or would it be an LED light producing this effect that we see in our skies? At any rate, you make your own minds up. Just before I go, I would like to thank each and every one of you for sending your pictures in. Really, really appreciate it. And also, if you subscribed, thank you so much. If you're not subscribed, please think about doing so. And if you haven't already, hit that like button. It shows YouTube that this was a good video, wasn't it? At any rate, much love, much peace, and without you, I wouldn't be making videos. Sorry it's just a short one. Take care.
Everyone was warned, but no one listened. A rise in temperature, ocean patterns changed, and ice caps melted. They called it extreme weather. They didn't know what extreme was. In the year of 2019, hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, and droughts unleashed a wave of destruction upon our planet.
Do you want to know what it is?
Information.
Remember,
Information.
all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
I am